what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. Get up, the sun is shining. Get out of the hay. Did your mom ever sing that song to you? Every morning. My mom was an opera singer. She actually gave up her career to marry my dad. Big mistake. But anyway, she was actually an opera singer. And she sang in Carnegie Hall and all that and had the most beautiful voice in the world. But no matter how beautiful a voice that my mother had, man, every morning she'd wake me up with that song. And you know what? Even as a grown man with kids and all that other stuff, she'd still, if I stayed at her house, she would wake me up with that song. And the sad thing is, God, do I miss that song? Do I miss that voice? My mother passed a few years ago. And as you get older, that's the way that life is, man. You know, people pass, people that you love. And anyway, I don't know why. I do it to my bikes. Son of a gun, piece of crap. Scared the spit out of me. Hey, Shovelhead Fej. I'm in my office. It's raining. It's raining so hard outside that I literally had to come out of my garage to go in here just so you'd be able to hear the audio and so I could hear myself think. First of all, if you lasted through that intro, thank you. Really appreciate it. I'm not much of a singer. That's number one. Number two is, you know, I got like 200 new subscribers, and this is really for them as far as explaining what I do. I find old vintage motorcycles, Harley-Davidsons. I fix them up. I keep them out of the trash pile. I keep them going, and usually we end up doing giveaways and stuff like that. My focus in life is old Harley-Davidsons. I want to put the young guys, the new guys, even the old guys on these old vintage bikes. And, you know, bikes that are 40, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, you know what I mean? Still running, and I just think that is just cool as crap. There's nothing wrong with you going out and buying a brand new bike. It's just not my thing. And somebody said buying dependability, and I'm like, man, if new bikes were dependable, they wouldn't have they wouldn't have the shop in the back. So anyway, man, for like maybe a year or so, I've been thinking about I wanted to start a club, a motorcycle club, not where you go pillage and stuff like that, just like a social club of like-minded people who like vintage motorcycles. I focus on the Harley-Davidsons. That's fine, whatever you focus on. So I was thinking different names and I ended up coming up with a name. The club and the barbecue and the run and all the other events that are coming up will be announced at a later date. But right now, we got our shirts in. We got our shirts in last night. And the name of the club is the Old Fuggers Amalgamated Social Club. It's kind of got like a rat fink. That's the mascot. It comes in black and gray. Because in Florida, man, it's friggin' hot. You know, in the summertime to be wearing black. Go to shovelheadffej.com. It's got the new hats in. Make choppers great again. It's got the Shovelhead Fej on the back, and got the new. I mean, honestly, like I could not believe how many of these sold. Who is Chopper Rod? We've sold a lot of these hats. Really surprised. Not that I'm surprised, but you know what I mean. So if you go to our website, shovelheadffej.com, get the t-shirt, help us to raise money to keep this channel going, to get more motorcycles, to buy more parts, you know, to keep this going if you're into this stuff. If you're not, all right, man, whatever. Anyway, the video's that way. Man, me and Rodney, we're gonna go riding today. All right, peace. You know, I could not imagine not doing what I do. It's almost like every morning it's a ritual, you know, and it's almost like Christmas time. you know, you get to open up your shop and you get to relive what you did yesterday, see the things that you did. You know, oh yeah, you know what? I went down there yesterday and I bought this or I got that. Some people would find it. Some people would find it upsetting or disturbing to have a shop full of unfinished motorcycles and unfinished work, and it doesn't bother me because I like to know when I go to sleep every single night, you know, I like to know that I have a project. I have a project waiting for me because I think in life, you know, we should constantly keep moving. I don't think that we should ever slow down. I think we should just keep pushing. I think that when you're 96, you still need to be thinking about building that new house or building this or, you know, doing. I think as human beings, that's one of our purposes, is to continuously grow. So when I have a shop full of motorcycles, nah, it doesn't stress me out. When I have a bunch of work to do, not only my motorcycles, it's a farm, it's a ranch, it's, you know, it's constantly building. You know, me and Miss Dee Dee are still looking, you know, making plans for our next 20 or 30 years. You know, I'm not sitting around waiting. I hope that when the good Lord calls me, my chainsaw will still be running. You know, I hope that you know, I hope I have a pile of work to do when I go. You know, when my mom was in her, God, she was, I don't know, maybe 84, 85. You know, she got to where she got sick, and she got to where she got sick and she couldn't work, and she kept saying, I just want to get better so I can go back to work. I just want to get better so I can go back. I'm sure that fan's noisy. So I can go back and, you know, see the people that I work with and the customers that she took care of. You know, and I think that's kind of like a family trait of mine, is that we're always working, we're always building, we're always keep pushing forward. What does this have to do with anything? Nothing. This is my normal opening day. Turning on a bunch of lights, getting fans going, and then figuring out which project I'm doing next. Which brings me to this one right here. This is the one I was going to bring to Grundle, but so much has happened, man. Hang on. You know, so much has happened. So it's been like, I cannot believe that I'm a week away. If I put 100% into this bike, I could have it ready, but the problem is there's other things that need my attention. So one of the good things about having other bikes is I can make a choice. I can go, oh, you know what, let me bring this one. So I did have another one that I was going to bring, and I think I'm going to end up bringing that, which is my, I don't remember what year it is. It's a Shovelhead. This one right there, right there. I need to, the front brakes are kind of sticking, so I'm going to rebuild the front brakes. I'll do that today. I'm still going to work on, going to work on this one, but I'm going to try to get the front brakes on my Super Glide done. It's a cool riding bike. It's a fun riding bike. Plus, you know, I'm going out of town. A good-looking young man like me, happily married, but still, nevertheless, there's always those ladies that want to clamor around you. Good thing about this motorcycle is there's only one seat. I think it makes Miss Dee Dee feel better when I take a motorcycle with only one seat, you know. Just saying. I guess this is a bike that I'm going to take the Grundle run. This is my 79 FXE. And to be honest, I had to look it up because I just don't remember all the years and all that stuff. But this is 79 FXE. I've had this one for 2 or 3 years. I don't remember. It's one of my favorite bikes. You know, I probably say that a lot. It's one of my favorite, you know, but this is definitely one of my favorite bikes. It really rides good. There's really no issues with the bike. The one thing that I did say earlier is that this front, there's 2 calipers on the front. This one kind of is dragging a little bit. It does need to be rebuilt. I rebuilt the other one last year. So I'm gonna go ahead, I've had the parts already. I'm gonna rebuild this one. And all I have to do is take this caliper off and pull the piston out, clean it up. I think that there's a little bit of schmaltz, a little bit of gunge built up in that cylinder, and I'll make sure it's all nice and smooth. Another thing is that this rocker cap, rocker bolt, whatever you want to call it, there's a seal. It's a rubber seal. It's leaking. I think it's on this one and this one, or it might have been on this one and this one. I don't remember. I'm going to take all of these apart. Very simple to do. And since I already have the seals for the bike over there, I'll just replace those seals, or I'll just replace the seals that I'm taking out of that kit. But I'm going to use them in here, and I'm going to replace it here, 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 and here. This bike is still a good, strong motor. There's no sense in me rebuilding the motor or anything else like that. So this, like I said, super simple fix. And yeah, I mean, that's it. I think the head gasket might be leaking. Maybe a year or 2 from now, when I get a little bit of downtime, I'll rebuild this motor. But like I said, it's a good, strong little motor. I'm really enjoying it, enjoying the bike. The funny thing is, you can, yeah, this was owned by a guy with one leg, and he had a prosthetic leg, his braking leg. So this brake pedal, I mean, I have to lift my leg way up to hit this brake pedal. It's not down here like it normally is. It's like way up here, I guess, so he didn't have to lift his leg up very high. Why don't I change it? I don't know, man. I like to get bikes, and every bike has a personality, and this personality was a guy with was ridden by a guy with one leg, you know, and so I just never changed it. I just let up my foot higher, and that's just the way that I am. I ride the bikes the way that I don't make a bike conform to me. I conform to the bike because every bike is different. So anyway, I'll get started on the front brakes. I need to get this done. I got so much going on, and the Grundle run is right here. So, you know, one of the things that it was a phrase that I heard many years ago, but I'm going to read you the definition. And one of the things that at my age, man, everybody's retiring, you know. But I notice in life, man, that everything that slows down, everything stops, ends up dying. Or everything that slows down, that's when all the moths, that's when all the barnacles, that's when, you know, that's when life kind of gets you. So I'm always, I'm never going to retire. In the animal kingdom, you know, I've said it a million times, in the animal kingdom, anything that, when a lion retires, it becomes lunch. You know, you're either moving or you're dying. You're either growing or you're dying. And so one of the phrases that I always keep very close to my heart is that I'm always becoming. I'm always becoming. And let me read to you what that means. I'm still becoming signifies that you're in a state of continuous personal growth and evolution, acknowledging that you have not reached a fixed form, but actively developing into your future self. It expresses an ongoing journey of change and learning of self-discovery and embracing the new processes of evolving into who you are meant to be, than a static state of being. And a lot of guys our age, my age, that's in my demographics of this video, man. It's like we get to a certain age and we say, all right, that's it, you know. And no, it's not. Till the day I die, I want to learn new words. To the day I die, I want to learn new knowledge. I want to learn technology. I learned how to edit. I learned how to use the videos. I've learned how to use audio stuff. I think, you know, that we should just keep pushing. And, you know, I think it was George Jones that said, man, I ain't ready for your rocking chair. And I'm not ready for your rocking chair. Will I take a day off? Yeah. Will I sleep in every once in a while? Yeah. Will I take a nap? absolutely. But I don't think any of us are ready yet, or we should not be ready until our last, you know, Teddy Roosevelt died with a book in his hand. He was still reading, you know, and I really think that's pretty cool. I'm an avid reader. And so I think that you should always be learning, always stretching your mind, always trying to think, and including these motorcycles. You know, if you don't know how to work on these motorcycles, especially the old ones, the analog ones, you know, just watch some YouTube videos and just start, you know, go at it like you're killing a bunch of snakes, man. Just enjoy it, learn. I'm not real big on crossword puzzles. This is crossword enough for me. So anyway, I'll stop that. I'll stop my editorializing and just get out there and do it. Go to the events. Go kiss the girl, well, the woman, or if you're married, your wife, whatever, man. Just go out there and enjoy life. Live life 100%. Continue on. Don't give in. Who cares what the doctors say? Who cares what the safety people say? Or whatever. Just continue. Keep pushing in your life, and say to yourself, "I'm still becoming." At no matter what age. I watched that with my mom. I watched that with my grandparents. And I've watched that, you know, with my family. You know, the ones that slowed down and retired are all gone. I'm still becoming. You know, one of the questions that, and I think it's because of the age group that I'm in, you know, I hear all the time, you know, when are you too old to stop riding, you know? And I think that is a personal choice. You know, everybody ages different. And I think people age mentally different, and they usually age mentally faster, than some. You know, I mean, I know guys in their 50s, I mean 40s, man, that are like, you know, oh, I'm too old to, you know, I'm too old for this or too old for that. You know, first of all, whether you're too old to ride, that's a question, that's something that you're going to have to answer. I think that when you're too old to mow the lawn, not too lazy to mow the lawn, but when you're too old to mow the lawn, when you're too old to carry the garbage out, when you're too old to kiss your best girl, when you're too old to pick up your grandkids, maybe you might want to start reconsidering things. But I do personally know guys that are in their 90s that are still riding. You may have to get a smaller bike. You know, you may have to let a little bit of the ego go, and you know, you don't have to have a full-size bike. You know, I know a gentleman, he's riding a Sportster now. He started out in the big baggers and stuff like that, but he's in his 90s now and he just can't handle it. I also know guys that are riding trikes. You know, they go from you know, riding you know, 2 wheels to 3 wheels. Now, you know, I get it all the time, and look, I get it, and I don't mean to be rude to you, you know, but I hear it all the time. Oh man, it's 2 wheels, man, 2 wheels, man. And I think, yeah, cool. You know, until you can no longer ride, until you don't have the strength in your legs to pick up, I mean, to hold up a bike and stuff like that, you know, to be able to come to a stop, and then, you know, you might be off balance a little bit, and then you need your legs, need the youth of your legs to be able to hold up your motorcycle. So, you know, if it's a choice between me riding or me just sitting back on the sidelines, you know, no, I'm gonna ride a trike. I ride a trike anyway because they're just fun. But you know, if it's the choice between me going out and enjoying, and I have to get me a little jazzy scooter and to be able to go to the bike shows and all that, I'm gonna ride on that little jazzy scooter. Heck, I'll ride on that jazzy scooter now because I'm lazy. But what I'm saying is, like, you know, man, there's no shame in the game. If you want to ride a trike, you know, ride a trike. You know, I think I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, you know, you're going to have to answer that question. Everyone is going to have to answer a question. When am I too old to ride? You know, when I no longer have the reflexes, when I no longer, you know, can really take care of myself, when, you know, when 5 miles beats the crap out of me, you know. But no, I'm going to keep going until I can't go. Can you put 1,000 miles? Can you do an iron butt? Probably not. You know, when you're in your 80s, no. You know, but you know, Just get out there and ride, man. And if it's on 2 wheels, dude, awesome. If it's on 3 wheels, dude, awesome. Because there is absolutely no shame in the geriatric glides. As a, you know, the only time there's any shame is when you're just too damn lazy, you know, to hold a bike up. Then that's kind of sad. But anyway, that's what I feel on it. That's how I feel about it. I need to take this off. I'm only about 5 hours behind. I need to rebuild this. So, yeah, man, that's my motivational speak for the day. I got to get this brake line off first. Man, these are tight, and I don't know why. It's almost like they're stripped. And that's always the way that it is. Something easy turns into be a pain in the butt. Let's get these off first. Okay. Oh yeah, and you know another thing, man, all you young whippersnappers that are like, you know, I'm 30 years old, I ain't even thinking about, quit riding and all that stuff, we want to see motorcycles, show us motorcycle stuff. You know what? Go watch Shade Tree Surgeon or something like that. He's your age, man. You know, there's younger guys. I want you to watch my stuff. I want you to watch my channel. But my channel is kind of for older people, man. So I don't know nothing about 3 hours later. I don't understand nothing about the SpongeBob shit or anything else like that. Yeah, you know what? I repaired my front brakes. I didn't show how to do it. It's very simple. It's pretty simple. 2 gaskets, basically 2 rubber gaskets. As far as the rocker caps leaking, I'm gonna ride the bike a little bit because I gotta remember which ones were leaking. I'm pretty sure it was this one, but I'll find out which one's leaking. And I have my top end kit for my other shovelhead over here. I think it's the 81 FLH that I was going to redo the top end on. So I got the gaskets there. I'll just rob them from there and then replace them. I think I have another kit. But anyway, that's it. I mean, like I said, didn't show you nothing because there's really nothing to show. Brakes on these bikes are super easy. Just like everything else. The majority of this bike is just super easy. So, all right, man, peace. I don't remember where we left off the last time. I was working on this bike, getting ready for the Grundle run. I put some brakes on there, some front brakes, rebuilt the calipers. There's really nothing to show. It's pretty, self-explanatory. There's just 2 seals, and kind of make sure the piston is moving in and out. The other thing is I was having these seals leaking. This one was leaking and this one was leaking. Took it for a short little ride, went over to Chopper Rods, and yeah, sure enough, this one and this one. So what I ended up doing is I replaced all 4 of these, which it's very simple, very straightforward. The only problem is I had the seals, but I'm going to use them on the other bike. I didn't want to use them. So I had some what is it, nitrile, I don't know. Anyway, nitrile. These are let me see if you can even see it. Can you even see it? That's a 115 size. And when you're replacing them, usually they're flat. I like the flat ones. Flat ones are better. I don't know if it's focusing, really don't care at this point. But the flat ones are better. These are round, but you put enough tension on there, they'll flatten up. Anyway, it'll do the job. It'll do the job for what I need until I can get the actual HD, and the serial number is, the OEM number is something 1111, whatever. But it's simple. It's just a simple 5/16 Allen, and hopefully that just loosens right up. Take your pick, pop out your old seal, which this one was all grunged up. Put it in there, tighten it up, and Bob's your uncle. whatever that means. I'm not from Australia or England or wherever that saying comes from. I don't know what that means, but I hear it all the time. Tighten it up. There is a torque. I don't know what the torque is because I've never bothered. It's tight enough. It's good enough. I'm not stretching out the threads. And this is going to last me. That's all I need. I need to get this bike out of the shop, get it out of the way. Chopper Rod's coming here. He's going to put a new tire. Well, I say he's going to have me put on a tire. He bought a tire for his bike for the Grundle run. So anyway, let me get that done. Let me get this out of the way, get this done, and get the show on the road. And you know, another thing, before I go on, it was just a thought that I had in my head, and I've been sitting here rolling around in my head, and I was like, you know, I remember like the first job, one of the first jobs I ever had was working for Church's Chicken. It was a chain of chicken, you may or may not know it, fried chicken, best chicken in the world as far as I'm concerned, and I'll fight you over it. But I was thinking, you know, I remember, man, I was 16 years old. And I remember they gave me an aptitude test to get the job. I had to take an aptitude test. And then I started thinking, you know, every job I ever had, I had to take an aptitude test. I'm just a janitor. What do I need to know about, you know, math and stuff like that? I'm just cleaning up turds and whatever, you know. And so then I thought, whatever happened to the aptitude test? And then I realized they don't have aptitude tests anymore. Like, they don't really care if you're smart or not, you know? And so, like, everybody my age, you remember it. You know, man, to get any job, they tested you on how smart you were, you know? And now I kind of understand why, you know, because sometimes I go and I talk to a cashier and I'm like, man, that elevator does not go up all the way. So I did a quick Google, and if you want something fun, Google why they don't give aptitude tests anymore. I find that quite interesting. But what do I know? On my last video, you know, I was showing about my little tiki hut that me and my son and Chopper Rod were doing, and my son is doing the pavers, and so he wanted me to say, listen, if you need any paver work done in the area where I live, definitely call somebody else, because he ain't doing it. He's real good at what he's doing, but this, man, this is labor intensive. But anyway, you might be interested in how it's going. And we're only working a couple hours a day because he has a real job. And me, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. But looking pretty cool. Miss Dee Dee's happy because I ain't tracking in all the dirt and as much. And I can park a motorcycle there. I've got plans for under here, man, that she don't know about yet. Rodney, how come you don't just pay somebody to do this?
Yeah. Because somebody said, hey, come on over, man, we'll do it.
Yeah, man, because that's what we do.
What do we do? We torture ourselves.
To save 20 bucks.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, how much is it? I had a tire.
No, Harley wanted a half an hour.
Labor?
Yeah.
At 149?
Yeah, it was like 60 bucks or something. Change it.
You know, I was talking to one of the mechanics, and he was saying, one of the mechanics at Harley was saying that he only gets $29 an hour, and that Harley gets the rest for the $149.
Well, what's this contraption, man? Do you...
Either way.
Either way?
Yeah. Never put on a tire. Zip ties are the best way. Isn't that right, Rodney?
Maybe should have gone on the other way. Zip ties?
Zip ties are the best.
Zip ties are the best.
Anyway, if you have any more questions on how to change a tube tire on a
spoke sprocket, go ahead and go to Chopper Rod. That's Chopper_Rod on Instagram. He'll walk you through the procedure. He is quite the expert. Wasn't that fun? And 100-degree weather?
I'm having a great time.
He picked the coolest day of the year. It's only 98 degrees. I hate when that pops. Ooh. Ooh.
There we go.
That one wasn't bad. Yeah, I would probably let a little bit out. 48 might be too much. What year is this, Rod?
Huh?
What year is this?
2000.
2000.
40 pounds is what you're saying.
I don't know how many tires he's been through on this bike. Good tires. He just puts a lot of miles on bikes. I'm doing live action, Rodney. You need some help?
No, I think you got it covered.
Did you pull that one piece in? That dampener?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the dampener doodle.
The dampener doodle. Did you pull it in?
What dampener? The dampener.
That rubber piece.
Yes. Yeah, that's all put in.
Okay. I knew that you knew. I'm just for my own edification.
No, which way is that?
That one always goes, this one always goes in. No, this one always goes in that way.
That way.
Yeah. But you knew that. But we're just for the viewers.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that.
I knew that you knew that. You know, I was mentioning earlier, you weren't here, but
We need to lower this bike a little bit.
what?
Need to lower the bike a little bit.
I heard you.
So I have to lift the tire up so much.
Do you remember when you used to have to take an aptitude test for a job? Did you ever have to take an aptitude test?
For a job?
For a job, like any job, I used to have to take an aptitude test. If I was cleaning toilets, I had to take an aptitude test. Every job I ever had.
No, I haven't. I've never had to do that for cleaning toilets, no.
You had to take one to go to the military.
I did have to take one.
But you didn't have to, like when you were young, because you're a few years younger than me and you're phasing it out. But you had to take an aptitude test. For any, or working for Church's Chicken, had to take an aptitude test.
I think I had to take one to get on the railroad, if I remember.
But you know they don't do aptitude tests no more.
No?
Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because of the
Yes, you tight.
I think it's perfect.
Perfecto.
Perfecto. Ain't bad, man. What did it take us? Half an hour?
Yeah.
We're getting slow. We're old, though. We're old.
Yeah. It's really hard.
Well, if I wouldn't have stopped, to take my Metamucil, we probably would have got it done faster. I do like your idea, though. I think that's a pretty good idea.
What's that?
Get a little, the one you're talking about, getting the little Japanese girl to give us the massage our shoulders as we're working.
Right.
Who is Chopper Rod? Chopper Rod. Chopper Rod. Chopper Rod.
What's up? I are Chopper Rod.
Who is Chopper Rod?
I are Chopper Rod. What's up?
Action. Oh, you let me say it?
Yeah.
Who is Chopper Rod?
What's up? I are Chopper Rod.
Action. Who is Chopper Rod?
What's up? I are Chopper Rod. What's broken this time?
Oh, well, no, you gotta do that. No, this is not the gay version. Okay. And action. Who is? God dang, we suck, man. And action. Who is Chopper Rod?
What's up? I are Chopper Rod. You got something broken?
Can you
Need
fix?
fixed? Call me. Chopper Rod.
All I know is I'm hot, I'm tired, my balls are sweaty, and it's time to go. Cut. Cut.